Hey everyone, it's Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. Welcome to my nail channel. I do mostly tutorials for nail stickers and press-on nails, but today we're going to be trying Nailog's OneCure, which is an all-in-one gel nail polish. This was gifted to me by the brand with no expectation of any content, and all opinions are my own. This is not a sponsored video. I already did one hand off camera. You might be peeking at that, but I will show you step by step from start to finish how to do the whole thing. This is one of their kits. It is not the first time that I'm using this system, or I say system, really it's just one bottle. It has the base, the color, and the top all in one, and it's a no wipe formula, so after you're done curing, it's not sticky, you're ready to go. I love that they included the cuticle oil. I've seen cuticle oil included in other kits before, but it's always a tiny little bottle that's a squeeze bottle, kind of like what you get for glue. This is the first time I'm seeing one with the attached brush, and I love this. I'm going to keep this in my desk. As always, we're going to start with nail prep, and that is the most important part of any manicure, but it's extra important when you're going to paint your nails because any shaping must be done before you start. I always start by pushing back the cuticle. You can use a cuticle remover first if you'd like. I prefer the Sally Hansen one, but there are other brands, and you simply squeeze that on. Leave it on for 15 seconds. Please don't do longer than that. It can do some damage otherwise. I've seen some content creators recommend much longer time, but you want to just do 15 seconds. Push back the cuticle and wash it off with warm soapy water. I try to scrape gently a little bit. You can see some of the stuff coming off there, but you don't want to push hard and you don't want to create any dents. You may have noticed the dent on this finger. It's not from cuticle removal, but this is something that could happen if you push really, really hard. You may have a ridge there if you damage the matrix, and in that case the only thing you can do is let it grow out, but just be careful, please. Another tool I've been experimenting with lately, and this is something I purchased myself, is this etched glass tool, and it can help get some of the stuck on skin cells off the nail. You can use this also with the cuticle remover that I mentioned, and again, be careful, but you can see there's more stuff coming off. Now you should not see excessive amounts of dust or anything, because if you're seeing that, most likely that means that you're actually scraping off the nail, and you don't want to do that. Be careful with this pointy part. Basically, whatever cuticle care you prefer, if you are experienced, licensed, and trained in cuticle removal with like nipping or some sort of electric tools. Well, if you have those kinds of skills, you're probably not watching my videos, but if you are, if you know how to do that, go ahead and do that. Once you've done whatever you're going to do with a cuticle, figure out what you want to do, if anything, regarding the shape of the nail. My nails are very short as is. I actually am coming off of wearing some press-ons that I'm testing, and a video is coming soon for that. A lovely brand. But my nails were very, very short when I put on the press-ons because I like to completely cut them as short as possible. So this is how much they grew in about 10 days. And all I'm going to do is use this glass nail file to take off any rough edges if there's anything. But I'm not going to try and shorten them. If you are changing the shape dramatically, consider using nail clippers, nail scissors, maybe coarser grade files, or whatever you use, but make sure the shape and the length is how you want, because you're not going to be able to really change it after you apply the gel polish. Once you're happy with the cuticle and the shape, I put on my UV glove because we're going to be using a lamp. If you don't want to use gloves, fine. I encourage you to at least put on some SPF, just avoid the nail plates, and then obviously remove any SPF that got on the nail, because usually those are in a moisturizer base and you're basically introducing additional oil and moisture. Before the manicure, you don't want to do that on the nails themselves. I will use one of these included prep pads. Nailog does sell individual colors of this. You do not have to buy a 4-pack. I don't think the individual ones come with the prep pads, but you can use the alcohol prep pads, like the Curad brand. I got mine at Costco. Or you can get lint-free pads that are dry and then purchase a big bottle of rubbing alcohol inexpensively and use that. Some people use nail dehydrators. I'm one of those people occasionally. I'm not going to do that today. And then some people like 100% acetone, also a valid option. My eczema doesn't like it, so I stick to the alcohol pads. This product here is the only reason I'm even able to do gel manicures, because I cannot stand the removal process for any gel whatsoever. I am not going to file the top layer, soak it in acetone, do the foil things or the finger caps. I cannot do that. A, I don't want to, and B, my skin cannot take that. My eczema would absolutely lose it if I did that. This product here I bought with my own money. I saw a recommendation online, decided to try it. I've tested it multiple times now. It is so good. Yes, it's an extra step in this otherwise one-step manicure, but it's so worth it. And I actually posted a removal video. I tested this with nail strips. Doesn't work as well. I mean, it's okay, but I feel like nail strips are easy enough to remove as it is. But it works absolutely wonderfully with gel. You just apply it as regular nail polish. Stay off the skin. It's best if you can lay the hand flat and get some stability from a table, for example. But I cannot figure out how to film in at that angle, so I'm going to do my best. But we're going to paint a good layer, not too thick, and try to get close to the cuticle, but don't get it on the skin. If you get it on the skin, please wipe that off before you cure. We're going to do this to all fingers. I'm not worried about capping free edge with this product, just applying it and trying to make sure I don't skip anything. If you've painted your nails a lot, you know that sometimes you can skip an area on the edge here, so just pay attention. But we're going to apply that to all fingernails and then cure it for 60 seconds. This may not be the ideal angle, but it does give me stability and it still shows you what I'm doing. I always do thumbs last because my thumb, when my hand is flat, is a little bit sideways, and if I start there, there's a chance that the product will pull to one side while I'm doing the other fingers. You could do your thumb, cure it, and then do the rest of the fingers. I don't want to do that. I like curing my entire hand all at once. So this is how I do it. This is what my lamp looks like. It's not being made anymore, but it's a full-size big lamp, and there are plenty of options out there for a lamp like this. We're just going to cure it for 60 seconds. I highly suggest you get a full-size lamp if you're going to do manicures. There's a lot of debate out there online whether or not the little lamps even provide enough of a powerful light to cure products fully. But also the angles of the little lamps that are just straight on, the tiny ones, usually you have to do your thumb separately. In this lamp here, there are lights all over, and then it has a removable magnetic plate on the bottom, so if something drips or you mess something up, you can clean it off. And this sort of halo effect allows it to cure all of my nails all at the same time, which is really nice. I cured it for 60 seconds. I'm not going to touch it, but just know that it is tacky to the touch and there's nothing to do about that. You don't have to remove the tackiness. It's okay. Be mindful of that. Don't smear it on other things because it will leave that tacky residue if you touch your clothes, for example. The color I'm going to use is this one, S003. And again, it does not need a separate base coat. I'm just choosing to use a peel-off one for easy removal. It does not need a separate top coat either. Gently swirl the bottle. Do not shake it up and down like this. Do not shake it like that because you can deposit color into kind of the base of the brush here and it can come off in a big messy glob. And we're clearly working with a really bright color here. I've only worn this color on one nail before, but I've done a full manicure with this brand with their beige sort of magnetic polish where you use a little magnet to try and achieve a nice effect. When you're pulling out the brush, swirl it like this and then wipe it on one side. You want obviously some polish there, but you don't want any big globs or any droplets. And again, I try to start with the pinky. Pardon the camera angle, I am doing my best. You want to lay your brush down kind of flat and use the natural spread of the bristles to have a clean line at the cuticle. These brushes are comfortable to work with. I'm not the most experienced nail painter. I mostly do stickers because I can get a red manicure that looks basically flawless with no weird spills with no cuticle lines that are jagged, nothing like that. I can get that with the sticker so much easier. But I still do have some experience, and this brush is quite nice. You want what we call ugly thin layers. You do not want to apply a thick glob of gel because it will most likely not properly cure and can cause buckling. This is what it looks like, and you can see it's not perfect, but that's okay because we're going to do a second layer. What we're going to do is attempt to cap the free edge, or at least get as close to capping it as possible. I barely have a free edge because my nails are so short, but you want to get that white little thin line there at the edge, and then once that's done, apply more of the color. And now this time, pay attention to not have any bare spots and to make sure that it's nice and smooth before you cure it again, because I don't want to have to do a third coat. Here's the finished look. One base coat of the Peel Off Macart base, plus 2 coats of the Nailog OneCure gel in the color S003. I will tell you, this is a lot easier to use when you're not trying to film yourself. It's no harder than regular polish. All I did now after the application is wash my hands to make sure that no little residue is left anywhere. If you're good at painting your nails, you will have no problems at all. If you are not very good, I'm not very good. I mean, it might take you a little bit extra time. I would say that for really bright manicures, I still prefer the strips for my hands, but where this really shines is the pedicures. I used one of the other colors on my feet, still applying the base coat first. Removal was so easy. The pedicure lasted really well for several weeks. I removed it only because I could see the grow out. It was awesome because as soon as I applied it, cured it, and was done, I could put on socks and sneakers and not worry about anything smudging or having one of those little imprints. You know how sometimes fabric leaves it. You think that the polish is dry, but it's not fully dry. And then you go to bed or put on shoes or something and wake up in the morning with creases. This does not happen here because once it's fully cured, it's ready to go. On the hands, this is not lasting me as long as the strips. Now, I don't know if that's because of the base coat. Again, I'm not willing to use it without the base coat because I'm not willing to deal with the removal. If you have used this without a base coat, let me know how long it lasts on you. On me, the last time, the beige color started chipping a little bit on the edges on about day 4 or 5. But that beige color was very easy to apply. It's not as fussy as the red. My nails were also a little bit longer, making the application easier and easier to cap the free edge. So I wasn't mad at it, but just full disclosure, I don't think on me this would last the 2 weeks like the strips do or a good press-on. With all of that said, I'm glad I got to try it. It's a nice alternative to the strips and the press-ons occasionally. If you have any young people in your life and you don't want to deal with cutting down the existing strip sizes to fit their smaller nails and you're okay with them using a lamp, again, please consider gloves. This might be a good alternative for them. Great for pedicures. Thank you, Nailog, for letting me try it. I appreciate it. And I love their strips. I've recommended them many times. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions on what I should try next, please leave me a comment. Everything I used today will be linked in the description below. The price of these will probably surprise you. It's a nice, pleasant surprise. I can't believe how affordable they are compared to back when gel systems first became a thing. I remember buying my first shellac brand. Oof, it was an investment. This here, you can try it for a very affordable price. So thanks for joining me today. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, you can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, my blog KBeautyHobbit.com, and my private Facebook group Korean Beauty Fanatics. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.